Good evening, Lanard fans. This is Walter McLeod, aka Lanardalicious, and this is the official Lanard Toy News Channel. Tonight, I want to bring up and discuss with you something very near and dear to me, and that is branding. Not about upcoming releases, not about past releases, but about the brand itself, the core. And we all poke fun. We all, say things, when we're other collectors and we collect other things. But the core is this channel. The core in the core universe. Star Troopers, the Primal Clash. All of the Lanard brands are officially on this channel in an official capacity. So imagine my surprise when I seen the core pop up in the weirdest place possible this past weekend. In Hasbro news, Hasbro has decided they are going to have a trooper called Steel Core Trooper. Now, last I checked, a big argument that was made by Hasbro back in 1986 was you can't use our name in your product. That was a big argument. It was a huge argument in 86 that Hasbro brought to court. And Lanard won the case. Hasbro wanted to appeal it, wanted to tie things up, and nothing would have gotten done. A new toy line wouldn't have been able to continue to be successful, so Lanard changed the name from Gung Ho to the Core. But it wasn't okay for Lanard to use a name that they said was associated with G.I. Joe, so how is it okay for G.I. Joe to use a name that is associated with the branding that Lanard has spent the close to 40 years building? Well, that's the conversation, folks. That is the conversation I want to be able to have with you, because I really find it's so intriguing and funny and shocking and jaw-dropping that I'm almost speechless that of all places for the core to pop up, it popped up in their G.I. Joe line. So you can't do that. You can't cry foul at Lanard back in 86 for having a toy line called Gung Ho and demand that the name get changed, and then roll out an action figure and call it the Core Trooper. I'm sorry, Steel Core Trooper, okay? You can't do that. And the fact that they've done this, it's like, well, we have the Pinkertons. We can do whatever we want. Well, guess what? You can't. You can't do whatever you want. There is already a legal precedent to this. It's already been put on the books. So, change the name. It's real simple, Hasbro. You had a mobile game called War on Cobra. Your troopers were called Steel Battalion. Just change the dang name. I find it funny because so many people have written in and proclaimed, "What the heck? Did you let the copyright go to Hasbro?" No, Lanard didn't let this happen. Hasbro has taken this upon itself. Now, maybe they have new people there. I don't know. I don't know who their brand team. I know that it's a bunch of old school fans of that company that are now running things, and they have their demographic and what they are trying to do for their demographic, which is fine. What they do with their brand and how they want to present it and how they want to bring it to the masses, that's their thing, and that's fine. But using the core branding, that's not fine. That is dirty pool. That is low down industrial espionage type shenanigans. Now, of course, a lot of you are going to poke fun at this little podcast here, and you're going to think that this is like a joke, that I'm, poking, fun. Well, they're poking the bear. You don't use the core name unless you're Lanard. You don't. It's just so out there that they would have the gonads to do this, unless they're trying to pay homage and recognize the longevity and the sustainability, and has reached out to the owner of Lanard and gotten, like, kissed the finger, so to speak. I don't think that this is right in any way. I mean, seriously, what the heck are they thinking? They're not untouchable, folks. I'm sorry. I know a lot of people are like, well, Hasbro can crowdfund and they can crowdsource and they can bring out a $300 this or a $200 that. Good for them. That is their demographic. They cater to that demographic. Good for them. Well, it's crazy. Lanard is built on a very sensible principle. Great toys at fair prices that are affordable to every kid and collector, no matter the budget. And you have almost 40 years of branding with the core. So branding is a very, very touchy subject for me. And to see another company use the branding in this way, just so they can gain clicks on the internet, it's dirty pool. And that's my point of view to it. Now, I know that there's going to be other opinions to this, but I haven't seen anyone talk about this. I haven't seen or heard anyone discuss this. So I've not made it any secret on how I feel to this. I've let the owner know. I've let the brand team know. I've told everyone over here on my end. So I'm saying it to Hasbro. And I'm being very polite about this. It wouldn't be anything for you in your corporation to change the name and honor the same type of agreement that you asked Lanard to do all those years ago. I don't think that there's any problem with it. You haven't, heck, you're taking pre-orders. It's nothing for you to slap a sticker over that name and put it as Steel Battalion or Legion or some other, thing that has nothing to do with the core or any of the core universe in any way, shape, or form. Just change the name. Because the other side of the argument would be, how would you like it if Lanard came out with a Joe or a Cobra to fight against the core? It's a double standard here. You can't do one and then get mad and cry foul if the other one does the same thing. But yet, back in '86, you cried foul over the term Gung Ho, even though that was a military term that, well, they have to change the name. And you know what? It got changed. Even though yours was a character and Lanard's was the name of the team. Now you're using the name of the team and making it into a character. You see, the irony is not lost on me here. It's not lost on anyone. It really shouldn't be. It's kind of humorous, I admit. But you can't cry foul and then do the same thing. So I would love to hear the audience's thoughts on this. Honest thoughts. Let's be respectful. Let's not be argumentative. Let's not be sarcastic. Let's talk about this in a very real way with one another. How do you feel about one company using another company's branding and their toys to sell product? Do you think it's wrong? Do you not see a problem with it? And would you see a problem with it if the company that they mocked and did this to brought out something using their branding or their name? I would like to honestly hear your thoughts on this in the comments below. So hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and in closing, thank Lanard for bringing the fun.